Welcome to Supernaut, where we explore the inner and outer dimensions of the self. Today I have on Jen Peterson for the third time because she's the one that makes us all know that we need a therapist. I mean, I've always known,
Right.
but everybody else is telling me.
It's time.
Jen is making me know.
Oh, sweet.
So what song did you pick for us to listen to today?
Led Zeppelin's Ramble On. Just a favorite, long-time favorite song. It's one of my car tunes that I just, usually if I'm on a trip, because I'm just rolling on. And really, I think I love it because it just physically gives you that sense that you get to move through hard things and just keep going. But you have to keep going. You can't quit. I mean, I guess you could, but I don't. It's not a thing. So it also at the very beginning talks about basically that fall is on its way. And I hate fall, which is a really unpopular opinion.
Me too. I've never met anybody else that has said that, and I say it all the time.
We hate fall.
I only hate it because it means winter's coming, and I hate winter.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He's right at the beginning. He references that basically autumn lights his way, but it's time to ramble on. Like you have to go through it, even if it's not your favorite
I've learned
season.
to like it more because it's like it makes spring, which is my favorite. But I only love spring so much because it means summer's coming, and summer is my actual favorite.
So we're recording this on August 11th, and I can already tell that the sun is changing.
Oh, yeah. It's like 10 minutes a day, which is like an hour a week, which is so brutally unfair.
It is brutally unfair. My kids and I are going to have shirts made that say, yeah, we really fucking hate fall. So don't ask. Stop.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
So people always want to
feel
debate.
so seen and so heard right now.
Right.
This is amazing.
Right.
Yeah, and I went up to my brother yesterday and was like, this is the last thing I want to talk about, but it's almost September, which means then it's October, then it's November, and do you know what's next? He's like, December. I'm like, well, what happens in December? I'm like, the Christmas party. We need to start planning it. And he's, get out of here. No, not until September 1st, because then it's just going to fly by.
Yeah.
And as soon as we start planning, the year's over.
I know. This year in December, I have a grandbaby on the way, so I'm really, okay with, we're just counting down now to the end, so I'm excited. I don't know.
What's the due date? Because your birthday is...
The 24th, yep. And the baby is due the 16th.
Okay.
December.
So exciting.
So, but that doesn't make me like fall anymore. It's just, we're just going to get through it. And then we get to hold a baby is really what I'm thinking. People always want to debate why you don't like fall. I'm just like, it's sad. I've always had more grief in the fall. But I don't know if it's just the season where, and then this year my dad is on hospice. And so, I don't know, Tony, I'm putting in a good word. You could probably try to make it through fall. But if he doesn't make it through fall, it's just going to be another layer of reasons that I'm probably never going to love fall. So, and I had this little talk with myself, maybe I should try to like it. I thought, no.
I've put on Facebook, this was probably 10 years ago, and I said, I'm not going to complain at all this winter. And I'm sure I did.
I know.
But I've tried also, but it's like...
It's the lack of sun. And then I think it's just that it's still nice outside, so you still feel compelled to be out there, but it starts to get crunchy and chilly.
And I do like that about winter is I don't have to feel guilty that I, literally don't leave my house. I just binge TV.
Just be warm.
All day. Yeah.
You don't feel bad when you put your pajamas on at 6.
Which reminds me, so last weekend I binged the show Unstable with Rob Lowe. Have you seen it?
Good, no.
No, I loved it. And he gets a live-in therapist.
What?
Yeah, so I'm like, okay,
what does that
new
mean?
goal. I need a live-in therapist.
Oh, you should ask my kids about that. And Jake probably. I don't know if they love it.
Do you just therapize everybody all the time?
No, usually, by the time I get home, I'm all out of any smart thoughts. They probably think I'm truly just a drooling, empty, thoughtless human. No, I don't do a lot of therapizing at home.
Do they ever want you to more? Are they ever like, Mom, I need you to therapize
I would say
me?
my girls are probably really, is deep the right word? I don't know. They like to talk about stuff.
They're very self-aware?
Yeah. Sometimes. Yeah, mostly.
It makes sense.
They're deep. They like to talk about emotions and thoughts and what makes people tick and including themselves. So we probably have a lot more of, I don't know, I just feel like there's a depth when you're actually interested in human behavior and why people are the way they are, including themselves. So,
and maybe that's why I've always known I wanted to be in therapy, because I've always been so interested in why people do what they do, and I want to know why I do things.
Oh my gosh.
I love personality tests. I want to know why I do things.
I brought a little, so everything online is monetized, right? So you have like therapists online and you have people online who are always selling something. This was a really nice intro to someone who's selling something, but I thought I'd read it because I cut off the top, but the quote that this particular person started with was, "The healing journey never ends." And then she says, "But yet new research suggests we can actually reach a point where we don't have to focus on healing all the time, that we can reach a place where healing is no longer our whole story, that we can feel safe enough, present enough, and calm enough to live and just live." I see this every single day in her work as a nervous system practitioner. A powerful example is that studies from Norway suggest that even cognitive impairments associated with depression can be reversed. And if you want to see more, this is where she does her sales tactic. But that mental health is a dynamic response to interventions and sensitive to social and environmental factors. People can and do recover fully, and nervous system regulation is a vehicle for doing so. So if you've become convinced that you'll always struggle or you're always a problem to solve, then you might stop hoping for real change. In fact, individuals heavily invested in the identity of healing may experience elevated levels of anxiety and physical stress as they analyze their experiences. And then, so if you feel like you're a hopeless, never-ending project and you're ready to shift from the perpetual identity of healing into the identity of growth, then you have to DM this lady for all of her money, but whatever. That's not my favorite part. I just like the idea because I say it a lot in therapy. Like, one of our biggest hangups is becoming a problem to solve. And not that we don't have internal problems that we do need to work on, but there becomes this point where at least rest, right? Like if you're continually climbing this mountain, it gets exhausting. You have to find places in those kind of journeys where you just stop and look out and see how far you've come. Had a super good reminder of this last week. I was driving home from my parents and I've been running a ton. And I was kind of complaining about my progress to my oldest daughter, who swiftly gave me some insight that was, at first, I was a little offended. I was like, calm down. So, but in the end, what she was trying to say was, have you stopped and looked at how far you've come? Because you've only been doing this since the end of March. And like just basically reminded me that I used to run for years. I was running 4 years before this. And this was really, I had a 4-year break before I started running again. I've been doing this for 4 months. And I'm like, I want to be faster. I want to see results, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Like brutally, like.
Yeah, she was like, do you remember when we first started running? Because she was running before she knew she was pregnant. And she's like, you were not running 12 miles at a time, lady. Like that was, we were happy if we could make it up a couple blocks before I had to walk. So I really reflect on that. I was like, it's only been 4 months, which is exciting.
Did it make you feel good to realize that?
So much better.
It's so good that she pointed that out.
Because I do have gains. Like I do feel stronger. I do not have to stop as much as I even did a month ago. So yeah, she has a point.
Yeah, I think I told you that on another episode of that. I'm always exhausted because I'm always trying to heal or like fix the next thing or whatever. But I mean, meditating's been helping with that also. I mean, I think I'm just chiller in the moment, like just more content maybe.
Yeah, like more accepting. A lot of times if you're always seeking, accepting is not, you're just not mindful. You're just thinking about the next time.
Yeah,
the next
seeking
step
is like a paradox because...
It's really about being okay today, like right now, which is really easy to say when you're okay right now. It's a lot harder to say when you have a bunch of stuff piling up at the same time.
What I'm obsessed with right now for the last couple of days, something that I heard on a podcast that I know I'd heard before, but it just hit different this time, is when something triggers you, it's showing you where you're not free. And freedom is such an important thing to me right now because, like, what does freedom mean to me? And it's like watching a sunset, watching the clouds without worrying about things. And so when somebody's triggering me, like, I'm allowing them to let me feel a certain way because I'm not free, because it's still all me. It's all internal, you know? So now I'm like, this week I'm like, every time somebody triggers me, I'm going to get excited. Like, how can I work on myself now? So this is like opposite of that. But also, then I can let it go forever, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think.
But now nobody's triggered me because, of course, I'm like,
you're
in such a good
untriggerable.
place about it right now. But so I'm just waiting for the next person. And then I'm going to be like, okay, where can I send this back to?
And are you going to let it? We're really the ones that allow ourselves to be like pushed off kilter. It's just too easy sometimes. It just depends on how tired you are and how many other stressors are, how many things are weighing on you. I think there are times where we naturally have rest in life, and sometimes you just have to remind yourself to stop. Like, just accept that things are okay right now. And the other shoe doesn't have to drop. I mean, it probably will. Chances are good. But yeah.
I told you I got an Aura ring, and so I haven't been working out because I'm letting myself get 8 hours of sleep a night, and that is also has me really focused. I think like I have to run like fall, winter, spring, and in the summer when I have to be to work earlier, I think I just and like I can't go home after morning meetings. I have to like it's just too chaotic. So I'm like sleep is more important right now for me than working out, and I mean. Every time I want to run, I'm like, I need to go back to our episode from before because the second time I watched it, I was like, oh my God, I need to go running. It like inspired me so much because I saw myself feeling so good from running, and now I haven't been, but I also like as soon as I can get the sleep under control,
you're going to feel better.
like, yeah, then I think I can start running. Like
one thing at a time. And I think there's a natural progression of motivation sometimes too. And if you're not feeling it, you can press against that if you want to, but it feels really hard. I can already feel some of my motivation slipping because this big race that we're going to do, it's called Hood to Coast. It's from Oregon, like from Mount Hood out to Seaside, Oregon, with 12 other women, is coming up. And I'm like, am I going to lose my sort of like want to run after that? Except for that fall running is amazing running. It's not
so there's
hot.
one good thing.
It's been the hottest, freaking stickiest
humid.
summer. Oh my gosh.
Right.
So hopefully it was just hitting sort of a natural training plateau, but I think it'll be okay because my friend just signed us up for another half. So
Awesome.
that's like the beginning of October. So we'll keep running. But
And I also think like I get addicted to like, oh, I need to do this instead of just like, you know what I mean? Can that be an addiction? Like always struggling and striving for something. So if I'm like, it's okay that I'm not working out. Yeah. Then it's like, because I think I'm addicted to
the next thing. I always call it, I have this tapestry in my office. It's a scene of like the mountains, but it's all different layers of it. So it's like the trees are on the bottom, and then there's several hills, and then it turns into this giant mountain. At the top is this beautiful sun and all these birds. And I use it all the time to illustrate that idea. So a lot of people want to be at the top of the mountain right now. We don't want all that progress in the middle, but we also just need to stop. Like, it's
just
exhausting.
Be okay with where you're at.
You can't just be climbing the mountain all the time. You'll tumble right down that bitch because you'll be so tired.
Because all the podcasts I'm addicted to are like Andrew Huberman and Diary of a CEO, where it's like
drive.
Yeah, I'm like.
And you could call that hustle culture, which I think we're debunking like the myths of hustle culture. So it's good to have a balance. I mean, I think it's good to hustle, obviously.
And I've been doing feminine energy meditations, which helps me regulate that. So I'm not so hustle because I thought that I wanted to be and I liked being and I'm good at it, but I don't think it's good for my nervous system.
It's not. I would say it's probably not. How content are you when you're hustling?
I don't know. You're hustling, so you don't really have time to think about it.
Right.
But
I think there's just a time for everything. I think there's a time to hustle and there's a time to rest, and you got to find what that is for you. So yeah, work on your sleep. And if running happens to come up next, then that's fine, but you might find something even cooler. Like it's kind of biking season.
And we haven't biked all summer.
I looked at my bike this morning. I thought I should have thrown it in my car.
And tell me more about the run, the relay one with 12 women.
Hood to Coast. So it's like a 200-mile race. There's 2 vans of 6 people, and you each run 3 legs. So like the first van goes to the start line. Each person in the van runs like a 5 to 7 mile run, and then they're done running, and then your van. So I'm in the second van. So then my van starts, and we each do our 6 runs, and then the next van goes again. Then we go again. Then they go again, then we go again, and by the end, we're at the coast, and we've all run like around 20 miles in 24 to 36 hours. It's like the Ragnar. I mean, most people have heard of a Ragnar. So we've done a bunch of Ragnars, like 4 or 5 or 6. And this one is like Hood to Coast was the original Ragnar. This is where it all started. So I'm excited. Like some of us I've done Ragnars with some of the women I'm going with, and then the other van, I don't know anybody, and they all seem really cool, and I'm super excited.
You're in like a group chat or?
Yeah, oh yeah. We're in a group chat. We have meetings. The woman who's organizing it is just super detailed and awesome. She's very sweet. So, I mean, there's a lot of like moving parts to this race. Or you can just show up and not know anything, like I think is what I've done in the past, which I'm okay with because I kind of don't like to know what I'm getting into, but I do know what I'm getting into. So, like yesterday, I ran at lunch and then I ran again in the evening just because I think these are not super long runs. They're like 4 or 5 miles at a time, but you
Which
get
is long.
right, but you get really sore because you're sitting in between the runs. So like my first run is kind of estimated to be at like 1 p.m. My second run is going to be like 2 a.m. And then my last run will be like 1 p.m. again. So in that amount of time, you're just kind of sweaty and grody. You're kind of tired and your stomach gets weird. And people
Such
smell
a
bad.
adventure though. Like,
It's so fun.
I bet that gets a lot of people into running. Like,
Yeah.
if you sign up for that kind of race, there's
Yeah.
just so much more to than just running.
Yeah, and you're just kind of like, you just get goofy by the end of the race. You're laughing a lot and just doing ridiculous things like you're just making a sandwich, maybe, and, maybe throwing on your clothes, maybe running in your stinky clothes again. I don't know. The van smells bad by the end. I'm just saying.
I bet.
And we're girls. Like, I cannot imagine an all-male team hit. The Ragnar that was just in Minnesota last weekend was super duper hot. And I have a friend who did it. And she ran she had like a 10-mile run. So the legs were a bit longer. And she ran it in like 90 degrees with like 95% humidity and she got sick. She made it to her last run, but I think it was rough. I'm hoping that Oregon's, sort of known for like, what's the word? Arid.
Rain.
No, right. Like a little bit just,
Like,
I hope it's not humid. I'm really just would love a
frost,
lack.
like dewy.
Yeah, and like,
What's it called?
we start up high in the mountains and we come down, but I don't think it's all downhill. I think there's elevation gain. So
And does it start with high elevation where your lungs aren't going to be used to
it
it?
does, but Van 1 is doing all those. So we should be like 30 miles down the mountain by the time we start. So I'm kind of hoping that that's not a thing. But once again, it's a detail I don't want to know until I'm there just sucking wind. Yeah, so it's fun.
Awesome.
And we're staying in Oregon for a couple days, like at a VRBO, and then at the house of this really nice girl who knows like half of us she doesn't know at all and is just letting us stay.
That's so cool.
It'll be fun. Yeah,
Awesome.
I haven't done one for a couple of years.
And when are the half marathons?
I think the next one's the beginning of October. Morris Half Marathon will already be passed by the time this comes, but ours is this weekend.
I did it one time, and it was
Hot.
100 degrees by 8 a.m.
Oh,
It was so hot.
I race directed with 3 of my other friends that marathon half for like, I don't know, 5 or 10 years. And if it was, I can't remember what year it was, but it was so hot. We had runners very melty. We thought about pulling the course. It was so hot. It's not fun to run when it's hot. It's brutal.
Horrible. So, in my family, there's always been boys. There's never really been too many female offspring. It was just me for a long time, and then it was finally me and Haley, and then it was just us for a long time. And then finally Lexi came, and now my nephew Isaac has Drew, who's 1, and he has another girl on the way. And when I found out he was having another girl, like all I could think of was the Game of Thrones quote by Ned Stark, which I know you don't know Game of
haven't
Thrones,
watched
but he says, daughters were harder than war. And I'm so excited for my family to be in the girl era. So you are the third of 3 girls, and you have 3 girls.
Yes.
So what advice do you have for
Oh my gosh,
girls?
I love our all-girlness. Right, so I don't have a different measure of being alive. I only know girl life. Actually, I used to be really offended by, and I'll tell you what everyone says when they know you have all girls is, oh my gosh, that's horrible. Like, it feels so bad for you. Like, and I'm just thinking, I feel bad for you. I do. Like, especially that particular, it must have been awful. I had amazing kids. I grew up with all girls, so I'm really used to emotions and conflict and lack of conflict and kindness and like the way women work together. I had a lot of aunts. I had really strong aunts. So mostly for me, I didn't understand boys. They seem more like war. Not that I've been through war. But I think the sort of like the greatest thing about having girls has just been they'll talk to you about things that really matter. Like I would be, I mean, they don't tell me everything because that'd be weird. Or my sisters and I, but we talk about the things that bother us. We talk about the things that hurt. We talk about the things that have been hard. And it would be odd for me because my sister has all boys. And they kind of come to her when things are resolved. But they still come to her. She's still like their person. They still have emotions.
But maybe because she was around so many girls too, she could teach
She's good at
them
it.
how
And
to communicate.
she's a therapist too. So,
Because my mom said that I was harder than my 3 brothers combined.
well, I see, and I never had a boy. So I
Yeah.
don't know. They probably would have been easier. I just don't know.
Yeah.
And of course, there was definitely times.
But like, did they fight? Because I think my mom said that
yeah.
because I would like get catty. Me and my friends would get catty, you know?
Well, I'm a girl's girl.
Yeah.
So
They learned to be girls.
they're girls. They were
Yeah.
They were very close.
And maybe I was catty
they
because I didn't know how to girl. I was like, I only have brothers and nephews. Like, I don't know.
They fought like hell. Like, truly, they definitely almost murdered each other. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
pretty
they were so
often.
much older that I mean, I was more of an only child than anything. But I don't know.
I remember my sister literally like throwing my other sister down the stairs for wearing a sweater that was hers. I just remember picking up the phone and calling my mom. I was like, girl, mom, seriously, all the way downstairs. So we were either getting along super, super good or raging, I guess. But it was over quick because nobody's wondering who's mad. There's no, I mean, maybe there was a little pouting or whatever, but things got resolved pretty quickly.
Do you like the movie Little Women? Was it very Little Women-y in your house?
It was Little Women-y. I don't know if any of us were that polite or proper or girly.
Right.
I grew up on the Iron Range, so girly's not necessarily a thing. And for some reason, like in my house, my dad was very, I don't know. He would always be like, you're not going to be cheerleaders. I'll promise you that. So, like, you better be athletes. You better be smart.
Did anybody want to be a cheerleader?
I'm sure my sister Lisa wanted to be a cheerleader, but she was a really good athlete, so she had to do what she was good at.
Were you ever depressed, Veda, like hoping one of your brothers was a girl? Like, you're like, brother, another brother, another brother.
Brother number 3.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think I wanted Bodhi to be a girl. Yeah.
Yeah. And my niece Ashley down in Texas,
Yeah.
just had her 3rd boy. Like, I think they're all under 5 or 6. And I'm like, oh.
That was my sister's. Yeah. They were so cute, but they were so much. They broke every single thing.
I bet.
Her whole house was just broken. Always. Now my daughter is having a baby boy. And so maybe we're entering our boy era. I'm not really sure. But
yeah,
I'm super excited to, like, do boy things with him.
But so you would tell Isaac 2 girls so far. And I just have a feeling it's going to be like 2 more girls after that. Communicate. Is that what you think?
Oh yeah, you have
soft,
to get soft. You have to really attune to feelings a lot because they really will run the show. You have to do a lot of.
Because Drew is already like cute drama, like not drama, but like laying down laws.
There's lots of verbal. There's lots of talking, laughing, playing, and fighting. My girls fought for sure, physically. That was definitely a thing. Not like punch each other, but I mean, someone was gonna haul off if it got. It was gonna get physical, yeah. So I don't know. I guess I just don't have a different experience to live on.
Yeah.
Girls are funny.
Do you know the name of your first grandchild yet?
I do.
But you can't tell?
I think we can tell, yeah, because they're saying it's Lewis.
Do you know Veda? What is it?
Lewis.
Oh my
Lewis Jacob.
Oh,
And we're going to call him Louis. Or Lou or whatever.
Cute.
Whatever we end up calling him. He's going to be
Obsessed.
adorable.
that's so cute.
I can't wait. His mom and dad are 2 of the cutest humans, so. So we'll see what he comes out like. I was in their garage this weekend, and Nick has a lot of skateboards already. Like longboards and tall boards and skateboards. And I was like,
The baby has skateboards?
Well, Nick does. So
Okay.
I bet there'll be like a lot of riding
skating.
on wheels and breaking arms.
You have to
Maybe.
get,
That'll be fun though.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm super
to get
excited.
different helmets, deck them out.
Yeah.
Could paint some
Yeah.
for every age that he's at.
I literally can still remember Nick when he and Lily were in track together, and I just thought he was the cutest little kid. He had this bright red hair, and he was super cute and super fast, and he was just a funny little dude. I can still see him running. So
That's
I'm
cute
excited.
that you've known him that long.
I'm kind of hoping this baby has red hair.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know
That'd be
what the
great.
genetic red
Is
hair
Nick
from red
the
hair.
only one that has the more red hair?
Yeah. We have no red
Yeah,
hair.
I don't know any other hippins that
have red hair.
have red hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Maybe like a strawberry blonde.
Maybe. For sure. We have no redheads. Zero. I thought my mom had red hair my whole life, but it was just a box.
Oh,
She pulls off red really well.
when did you find out? Were you like,
I just, when I was little, I remember if people would ask me what color my mom's hair was, I would say red.
yeah.
Because she does a nice auburn brown. And she has this cute complexion with like lots of freckles. And so I just thought my mom had red hair.
Yeah.
She doesn't. I think it was probably blonde. But she's pretty adorable.
Awesome. Well, that made me think of another Game of Thrones quote that I wanted to bring up, which is never believe a thing simply because you want to believe
Oh,
it.
I thought about this. Now I have to think about what I thought about this. Say that again. Oh, I know where it led me.
Okay.
Because I talk cognitive behavioral therapy is all about thoughts, right? So we have like 6,000 thoughts a day, which is 6 or 8,000. It's a huge number of thoughts that just rattle through your little brain. And guess what? You couldn't tell me the 6,000 thoughts you had today, right? Because we filter our thoughts. But the challenge is we use a lot of negative filtering. So this is actually a fascinating discussion, I think. So there's like 14 cognitive distortions that really color the way that we think. Because I think a lot of times we think our thoughts are reality, when in fact they're not. But thoughts do create an emotion for us. It's just the mechanism in which we challenge those thoughts. And if you happen to have depression or anxiety, that also makes the filter for your thoughts very difficult. So there's like all or nothing thinking. So everything's good or bad, right? Then you snag the thoughts that basically prove that what you were thinking is right. So there's a whole body of cognitive behavioral therapy is a very big deal because it basically says, read your quote again.
Never believe a thing simply because you want to believe it.
Exactly. So you could just replace thing with thought. You have to actually find proof that thought is real. You have to find proof that thing is real. And I think that's part of what life is about. So you can tell yourself a lot of really awful things. Like I think one of the ways we always often try to motivate ourselves is by being mean. Like going like, you idiot, why did you do that? I mean, that's just a thought. But if you think it's real that you're an idiot, like that's what you're going to say. And those are the thoughts you're going to catch. The ones that prove that you made a bad choice or you're lazy or that you're unmotivated. So you really have to filter your thoughts with other things. I could run through the 14. It's one of my favorite things. There's a little test you can do if you want. It's like a personality test, but it helps you identify the 14 underlying thoughts.
You can do it right now.
I don't know if I
Because
can find it.
are you ever like falling asleep and like you have these weird thoughts, like almost like you're half sleeping and you're like in a different place, or like sometimes I'm
But they
just
seem
like
really
I can't even
clear.
remember what I was thinking, but it was like so weird, so out there, and it's like, where is this coming from?
Yeah.
6,000 thoughts is a lot.
Yeah, and a lot of them are super random and they mean
Don't
nothing.
even make sense.
Like you
It's
want to
like our brains are just these antennas that are just like pulling thought with our senses.
Yeah.
I think you said that last time, or somebody did, like, because I said, where do our thoughts come from? Like our senses. Like, so I get that more now.
So if you have like underlying negative filters, which most people do, your underlying negative filter might be that everything is supposed to be fair. So you're probably going to catch thoughts that prove that everything's not fair, right? Or that you have to be perfect and good at everything, or you aren't loved as much. You're going to find the things, your brain is going to, you're going to catch those thoughts that go like, see, I screwed that up. So I'm not perfect and therefore I'm not that lovable. Or like, why would anyone like me if I'm just constantly making the same mistake over and over?
So how do you change those thoughts?
You, first of all, this is the hardest part and it takes a while, is you just catch them. And you test them and you figure out if they're matching your filter, and if they are, you challenge them. Just like Lily challenged me the other day and said, you've been running since March, and we were running a block at a time at that point, and you're complaining? Like you just ran another half marathon. Like, Mom, let's challenge that. It was super helpful.
This is why it's so important to talk things out with people.
You get some perspective. I totally agree.
Yeah, because even you, the therapist, daughter, put you in your place.
She did. She did. I remember right where she said it. I was almost a McGregor, and by the time I got back to where I was like, oh my gosh, she's right. Why am I being so negative right now? Not fair. Not fair to myself, not fair to my progress. And a really good way to start self-sabotaging is to grab those thoughts and start to believe them. Like, I'm just never going to be good at running again. I'm never going to be able to run fast. I'm never going to have a run that doesn't feel hard. So I might as well quit. And I think, like, a lot of times, so the first step is just to notice your thoughts. Notice your thoughts, and also notice the emotions that connect with your thoughts. And it's really way harder to do than you think.
Evolutionary wise, why do you think we have thoughts like that?
I think a lot of our negative filters are to protect us. They're either to protect us or keep us motivated. But a lot of them are like self-defeating, and they don't make us better. I think we just have a lot of input as well. So like meditating reduces the amount of thoughts that are just whizzing by you and creating. Have you ever been scrolling and you don't remember what you read, but you have the emotion left over? You're like, what am I upset about? Ew, like what bothered me? And then you literally have to scroll back and you're like, oh yeah, that's what it was.
Oh my gosh, I do that all the time, like throughout the day. Like it's an afternoon thing where I'll check myself and be like, oh yeah, I'm not happy about something, but what was it that I wasn't happy about? And then I have to think it out and be like, oh yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah. Like, and maybe it is like ick that you have to attend to or you have to do something about, but a lot of times it's just something that got in there and just upset your peace.
Or like even if I just quick look at a text without opening it and then move on to something else, and it's like, I'll know that I had a text that upset me before I look at it again to see what it said. Like, because you can just recognize the feeling without even knowing what it is.
Yeah, for sure. Like anytime someone goes, I'm just wondering if we can talk later. Like, no, we're going to need to talk now.
Veda's done that to me before. One time I was like sick for like a day. You were like, this was a while ago. You're like, hey, can we talk today? This was right when you first started at the pool.
I will
hot
call you if you text me that.
I couldn't breathe. I was like, what
I will
is
hot call you. I
happening?
will just push talk right now.
I made you panic?
Yeah, and then when I saw you like the next day or two, you're like, no, I just want to chat. And I'm like, okay, bet. So then it's on me. Like this is a exact example of
Sorry.
you triggered me, and that's showed me where I'm not free. Right?
Yeah.
You know,
Other
so no,
people's-
do not be sorry. You did nothing wrong. You're
Other
like,
people's
hey, I wanna
expectations.
talk. People do it to me all the time. It's me. It's me letting it happen to me.
Well, it's a part of you, right? It's your inner judgment. It's your inner judge. Like
Inner thinking.
It feels like almost insecurity in a way. Yeah.
Yeah, like why, I think it goes along with imposter syndrome and everything. Like why.
not wanting to be
I
in
don't
trouble.
I just don't.
Not wanting to be found,
Wrong.
like, yeah.
Bad.
I think that I am wrong or I am bad. Like, but why, you know?
So many reasons. Or not wanting to be found out or judged.
Yeah.
Or not wanting to be unaware of something you did that hurt someone. Or maybe offended someone or didn't hit right. I'm sure I do it all the time.
Yeah, I just thought you were going to quit or something.
No. Nope.
I will
Still here.
truly, like, if someone were to text me, like, can we talk? I'd just be like, right now.
Yeah.
What's up?
For sure.
Let's go. Like, please do not, you cannot leave me hanging like that. That's not okay.
Right.
I will
100%.
not. I will not accept that. I don't care if it's 2 a.m.
Yeah, I mean, Katie Joe's does it to me. She'll be like, "Oh, we have to talk or something," and I'm like, "Yeah, now."
My anxiety
Are you
cannot.
breaking up with me?
Yeah. Right.
Oh, that's funny. I think disasterizing. I mean, there's a million examples.
Well,
of
there's
how
another thing.
we-
I could be addicted to the drama because I mean, I think I'm addicted to like my family's really big and we're all really close, and like I've been noticing that like when things are finally good with one person that I thought things weren't good with, but then I see them and I'm like, oh, things are great.
Yeah.
Then like I'll find drama with another person, and it's like, am I addicted to this drama? Because everything's fine.
Well, I think I mean, you might just be more in tune with everyone being okay. Especially when you have a
Yeah.
big family. There's always
Yeah,
something to do.
I want everybody to be happy, and
Yeah.
I want everybody to like me, and
Yeah, that's like that perfection, people pleasing cluster.
Mm.
I think some of it just goes away when you get old and tired.
Mhm.
And you just really, I think letting go too, not feeling so responsible for everybody's last opinion and feeling.
Well, that's that
and
codependent. Like, I had heard codependence for a few years before I finally heard explanation of it that I liked, and it was
because it's really a
when
negative.
it
Got
is
a lot
or
of
is it?
negative connotations.
Right. And how I heard it was when you are only okay if everybody else is okay. That's codependence.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I didn't think, because I'm so independent and I've always lived by myself or with James, like I thought I wasn't codependent because I thought that would mean like you need somebody. But no, I do need to make sure everybody around me is okay. Like my body feels on fire unless everybody is okay.
Right.
And that again, though, that's where I'm not free. Like,
Yeah.
could I imagine if I could go a whole day with not worrying if everybody else was okay? Like, and who decided it was my job? Like, who do I think I am? Jesus? Like, grow up, bitch.
But what was your role in your family? That's always a big question.
The baby, I don't know. And
Oh, hello. Like my job was like to be the little clown and like the little cutie and like the little sunshine. Because they were usually like worrying about bigger, older people problems. So I would just like come in and put on a show and then everybody was like, that's great. So I think you get an inflated sense of the fact that you can make this whole room of like stressed out adults happy for 5 minutes. That's a big job.
yeah, I don't know if that was me so much, but my whole family is really funny. So, I mean, and we all have the same sense of humor. So I think,
Yeah.
and I know that's why people, even in my family, like miss when I drink because they're like, you were really entertaining. And I'm like, I know, I was really cool, but can you love me for other reasons now? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I mean, I think that's probably why I'm so self-aware of this anxiety I have now is because when I drank almost every day,
You didn't feel
I never
anything.
had any of that anxiety. So now it's like full blown, haven't dealt with it since I was 18 and started drinking.
Right.
So
your self-awareness has probably increased, but so has your anxiety about your own self-awareness.
because even from back then, I was like the planner. Like I would get everybody together once a month in the family to go out for prime rib, or like I was always the one making decisions in the family. Like because they say I'm the bossy one too. We talked about that in our first episode. So I was bossy, and now that I don't drink and I'm bossy, I think everybody's like, this bitch is annoying. Like chill out. If I was drunk and bossy, it was like fine, like. And now I'm just bossy. I don't have anything else about my personality that's enjoyable.
Not true. It's first girl syndrome, though. You have all brothers, so you are essentially the first girl. And they have a lot of weight on their shoulders. They have a lot of things to do. They have a lot of like ordering and organizing and responsibility for everybody around them. It's little mother syndrome. It's a whole thing. There's a lot of pressure in that space.
Good to know.
Yeah, that's the thing. I remember in my first master's program, the professor was like, raise your hand if you are a first girl, if you're a girl whose sibling is more than 7 years older than you. There was a third one.
So that's
or an
both for
only
me.
girl, right? And then I was like, because everyone was raising their hands, I'm like, well, that's not me. And then she's like, unless you're 7, like, is your next sibling 7 years older? And I was like, yep. So you kind of like got the first only baby. You get every role when you have a big age spread.
Yeah, because I'm 8 years younger than my closest sibling.
Me too.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's nice. You get to be well-rounded, but I think it causes this responsibility, like this ridiculous amount of awareness that you just gotta let go. You just cannot. You just have to ramble on. I think that's another reason I like that song, because I like the idea of leaving things in the past. Otherwise, how heavy is that to carry? In fact, I was home this weekend, and we have a lot of family visiting a lot, and I was listening to this conversation that I really probably earlier in my life would have tried to like interject and like help other people understand what other people were saying and make sure everybody was comfortable. And I don't know if I'm just tired or old, but I thought, yeah, like I don't have to fix any part of this conversation. I don't care to. I don't care to make sure these two people understood each other. I don't care if she didn't get enough to say or didn't have enough time to talk. Like, it's uncomfortable. I don't love it, especially when it's actually my job to sit and like listen to dynamics all day. But at one point, I was just kind of bored, and I just got up and went and did other things.
Honestly, that's a huge thing for me since I quit drinking. When I drank, I was like, oh my God, no, you need to know my perspective. There's nothing more important than you knowing my perspective.
Yeah.
And like I had to get in everything. And now I'm like, I don't need to add to that conversation.
Yeah, I have not been drinking. I'm also much quieter than I
Which is sad.
normally
Which
am.
I mean is sad. And I wonder if I'd never
I don't know if
drank,
it's
would
sad.
I be?
I think it's bossy and annoying, like how I can be when I
me
drink.
too.
I'm like, what?
But everybody seemed to like me better when I was that way. So I don't know.
I really like the ability to sort of like shrink out of the. I think I have a tendency to. I don't really.
It's like you can be an observer now, which
Big
you
fan.
learn more.
Huge fan. You can also sneak away and like go read a book.
I was not reacting to how you are when you drink. I was reacting to the fact that you're not drinking.
Yes, I'm not drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought maybe you were reacting to you feel the same way, not drinking. You
Or like, yeah, Jen, you're a real freaking loudmouth.
Yeah, that's not why I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, no, I
mean, you were never a big drinker, but
I don't think I have.
I thought maybe you were reacting
enough.
to. I also like don't say as much when I'm not drinking. Don't insert as much, but
yeah.
I had such a short stint of drinking that I don't even think I had a personality.
Which is
like
so my favorite thing about your generation. I don't know if it's your generation or just like the kids that I know in your generation.
No, all of them. It's
Drinking's not a thing. I mean, they drink occasionally, but
I've heard both sides because there's lower teen pregnancy, there's less drinking, there's less drugs, but also so much more isolation because like the video games and the internet and scrolling and stuff. So it's like
suicide rates are up a lot.
It's great that the kids are drinking less, but also I mean your kids and James and Veda aren't. I mean James plays a lot of video games, but he's not like unhealthy about it. He just doesn't drink because he said he'd just rather play video games or like be out doing something with his friends. Nice. And he's just not into it. I mean, I feel like he might drink once a month, every couple months. He's 20 years old. Like when I was 20 years old, I was drinking like every day.
Yeah, I was drinking too much when I was 20, for sure.
Yeah, I can't relate.
I spent a whole summer drunk once when I had to work at this welding factory that if Shannon was here, we would talk about. And
you worked there too?
Heck yeah. We all worked there at some point. Like it was where we'd all land when we needed a job. But I hated the work because it was, it was like parts work. So you just did the same thing all day, every day, all day, every day, all day, every day. And it was just not, my brain doesn't work that way. I was dying. I was bored. It was just,
that would have killed me.
Was drinking a lot at night.
I worked in a factory too. It was tough. I had to make things up in my head, stories about the people. Like some of the people, I'd be like, oh, okay, this is what they do. Or I mean, this other girl, we would like, and then we'd pretend like we were on Punk'd, Ashton Kutcher's show. We'd be like, okay, there's got to be cameras in here like punking us. There's no way these people are real life. There's no way this is real, So people were so odd, like underground people.
There was some odd, yeah. I did a lot of like racing. Like I like to race my table mate to make to go faster.
Yeah, I mean, some of it was fun. Like I could zone away. Like I think I would make Valentine's Day cards. And so you're like putting it in the machine and like, I don't know, some parts of it were fun, but to like stay in reality, I had to make up.
I just remember staring out this big door that was open all the time into this beautiful field, and the sun was so pretty, and all I could ever think was, I have to get out of here.
I would get so distracted.
I have to get out of here so bad. I have to get out of here so I just have to leave. I have to go. It was so mindless.
Yeah.
Ugh. But now I think maybe a mindless job. Maybe someplace I didn't think. Because in therapy, you have a lot of, you can't
Then you're on like
zone
the
out.
opposite end of it, where
Right.
you're like so involved.
And maybe
Yeah.
that's why you like
Yeah.
running now. Did you run when you worked at the factory?
I started running that summer. That is the summer I started running. Yep. Because I was not a runner in high school. I was a swimmer and a synchronized swimmer.
Because yeah,
That
I
is
mean,
when I
I could
started
see
running.
being a therapist, running being like a really healthy.
Yeah, therapy is not just an average conversation. You really have to be in tune with what your patient is saying and to be attentive. You can't just zone out. You can't miss the important stuff. They get 45 minutes to an hour to say their piece, and you really just can't be checked out. It's important to be at your best and rested and so as therapists, that's what we talk. You have to take care of yourself. It's really what you owe your clients. So
Yeah. Yeah, no kidding.
sleep, being rested, and like truly being in. You can't be in a good place all the time. We're humans as well, so you have to bake in good self-care and vacations and rest, and learning your boundaries so that you're not taking home stuff that you can't and is not yours to solve. So I came from a really task-oriented part of social work. Hospital social work was very much about solving the immediate problem, like getting the bed, getting the nursing home bed, getting the person a ride, finding housing and supports. And there was always like a task to be done. And that's not what therapy is about. You do not get to solve anything in like one session. Sometimes I like it when patients have like a thing they're trying to figure out. And I'm like, oh, we get to problem solve today. That's so fun. We can, shoot a message to this provider and get you in here. And like, I like doing that fun kind of like check mark kind of work, but that is not what therapy is.
Because otherwise, yeah, it's not a check sheet.
No,
it's like
it's
ongoing.
not.
It's forever.
It is. It's a process for sure. It's a process. So then like little wins are a big deal. When you see changes in patients or they bring you wins that they had. And it is not because of you. It is because of them. But that's what you have to love. You have to love human growth. You don't love that you were like, what are you in their story, honestly?
Yeah.
You're just a conduit for their own thoughts. Like, that's all therapy really is. Is being just a backboard. Like, you're not the expert in the room. Yes, you have tools and you understand things about the human psyche and you have interventions that you can use and you can encourage people and you can see things from a different perspective than they can. But they're doing the work. They're the one that it matters to. They're the one that it's hard for. So I think my biggest pet peeve in the therapy world is like egos or advising or being the boss. I always tell my patients, like, we're in a canoe, but you're paddling. I'm in the front, and I'm gonna just mention, like, we might go over and I see a waterfall. I don't know what you want to do about that. Like, here's a couple of things we could do, but you're gonna do whatever you want because I'm gonna paddle. I'm gonna do what you tell me to do. I'm not gonna tell you what to do. That's not what I'm there for. I would burn out tomorrow if
That's a great analogy.
I wanted my
You got
patients.
to take it all on.
And you'll be like, oh my gosh, there's a rock. And they're like, you know what, let's hit it. I'll be like, all right, I guess we're going to hit the rock. But the problem is if they hit the rock, I'm already on the shore being like, you hit a rock. And they're like, shit, we're sinking. I'm like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, there's like perfect balance you have to be in where like you're not taking it on, but you like genuinely care about them so much.
You do. You care that they care. You care that they want to be motivated. You care that you might have a nugget that hits just right. So I learned this when I was really young, and it was called motivational interviewing. And I was, thank God, not a 24-year-old therapist. That's what I intended to be. I would have burned out by the time I was 26 because I would like come in and think, oh my gosh, I can just tell you all the things I know, and then you will totally want to do the thing that I'm telling you. Yeah. And that is not how that works at all.
Yeah.
So I went to this training that was like, you meet people where they're at, and you ask them how much they're willing to do, and then you let them do that. You're not some great expert that just told them something they never knew before. People know a lot of things, and it's just if you can help them get activated to do those things. So that's my theory. That's why I hope I can stay in this for a while.
Yeah. My strategy with friends right now when they're going through something is just like keeping my mouth shut and holding space for them for as long as I can and not asking them how I can help because that's decision fatigue. I mean, sometimes. Like I have said to people, sent
Not
out a text saying
advising
like,
to death.
let me know how I can support you because
Yeah.
that was our first episode. I learned so much about how, okay, I have to ask for support the way I want to be supported. I can't just expect everybody to know how.
Yeah.
But also, like Veda had said, you know, not too much, not putting it all on them. Like, tell me how you want to be supported because then they have to make that decision. So I just keep my mouth shut as long as I possibly can until, okay, I'm finally going to say one thing of advice because I love giving advice. But I think advice, unsolicited advice
Sucks.
is criticism. And that rings through my head too. So I try
Yeah.
really hard to only say one thing. Otherwise, just be holding the space. If they ask me for advice, then I can say more, you know, but like...
Yeah, and then make sure you have some kind of like release valve because eventually like you could blow up. Like it's a thing. Like if we don't have a place to get our advice giving out, I work really hard on not giving my kids advice because I was really advicey and I thought I wasn't. And they were like, oh my gosh, stop. Like they're so good at telling me what not to do, which is really helpful because I was probably going to do that. I was definitely going to do that thing. I was going to do that thing where I gave advice.
Yeah.
It's not helpful. It's not what they're looking
It's hard to train yourself to not do that.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's really hard.
Super. Like I'm saying, like hold my breath. And then
And I think another thing you're explaining is the difference between being like aggressive and assertive and finding that balance where you can not be aggressive and not be just a total wallflower where you never say how you feel, but like finding enough emotional balance to say, oh, like I might not exactly agree with that, but I also have no need to make you agree with me. So let's just like neutral. Let's be neutral about my opinion about you or your opinion about me. Like neutrality is important, but it's also important to be able to say, and I think this. I disagree with you about that, but I'm not mad about it. And I fail at this, by the way. I would like to, for the record, say like I can be a huge failure. I can get like spicy, but not drinking helps me because when my filter's off, I will get sassier. I will say things more firmly than I mean to, and I don't like that. It's gross. So.
awesome. Okay. Well, again, we got to get to trivia.
Oh, trivia time.
Wednesdays have
Is
been
that
our
6?
thing.
Are we back? We're back at trivia, so he's home. All right, Barry. Well, good luck. 'Cause we're coming in hot.
I won last time.
You're
My
always
team
with a
won.
winning team.
No, I've only won once, and that was because I had given the trivia question earlier that week.
What was?
The question was like, how many fathers are in the United States? Because
Did you say Father's?
it was Father's Day that Sunday. So
Oh.
that Monday morning, I did that question, and the answer was like 17.1 million. And that was the final question at trivia, like where you bet we had already bet everything.
Yeah.
Then the question comes out, I scream, and my whole team is like, "You've led us astray like 3 times and given us the wrong answer, and now we're gonna believe you." And I'm like, I swear,
Get me
I
on this
swear.
one.
Let
This
me,
is the
let
one
me
I know.
have it, and we won.
Oh, that's funny.
And now, now we have a couple ringers come in. So I'm gonna get Pat from our wood shop, and Jody said she has a ringer too. So
Ringers. There's probably some hard teams there.
well, like I always share on Facebook, like anything, but I'm like, I'm not sharing because the place is too small to have too many people show up, and I'm on a table. So I'm like making everybody. I'm like, I'm doing a podcast, so other people have to get the table
Does
for
it
me.
start at 6?
No. Yeah. Yep. So we got 10 minutes.
Ramp it up.
Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.